Hola mis amigos, my name is Brock Page and I do random sports picks for fun. Golden State's at San Antonio Saturday night for a 9 o'clock Eastern start at the AT&T Center in Texas. The betting opened up for Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals with Golden State as the 6.5 point favorites and the total at an even 212. Since the Vegas odds opened up, we've seen some slight movement of the lines. At the moment, the Golden State Warriors are now just -6 against the spread, with the total moving slightly upward to 212.5. Currently, the Warriors are the moneyline favorites, laying 240, and at the moment, 56% of the bettors think Golden State will get the job done, just like they did in Game 1. Speaking of the Warriors, they've been dominant on both the spread and moneyline picks in these 2017 NBA playoffs. Not only are they undefeated in the postseason, but they've been hot against the number more recently, covering 3 of their last 4. In addition to that, Golden State covers a respectable 63% of their games, which tip off at the current point spread. But if you think Golden State's in the clear, you may want to put on the proverbial brakes, because this game may not be a stone cold lock. The Warriors are just 2-3 against the spread in head-to-head matchups with the Spurs. They're also covering just 40% of their games versus teams giving up less than 99 points a game. Golden State's facing a San Antonio team who's covered 2 of their last 3, and an impressive 75% as the underdog or pick'em. The Spurs also cover a solid 67% of their games at the current point spread. All that said, the Spurs do in fact struggle to cover at home, covering just 22 of 47 in San Antonio. So the case can be made for either squad. Moving on, I'm going to slide into some total point breakdown. But before I do that, dame un segundo. I just want to take a quick time out and thank each and every one of you for tuning in. All my subscribers, fans, critics, you folks are all very entertaining and certainly make it worth producing these videos. I always say that I'm not a handicapper, I'm not a sports betting expert, which I'm not, but I do love sports, I love writing, I love broadcasting, and I do this for fun. So even though I'm not collecting a penny from my countless hours of research and writing, I do it because I love it, and it's a hobby. My favorite thing to do is to entertain my subscribers and viewers. So now that I've gotten sentimental in a somewhat genuine fashion with you, let's go ahead and slide back into Saturday night's game. Once again, Golden State's laying 6 points against the spread, with the total points moving slightly upward to 212.5. Speaking of the total points, 3 of San Antonio's last 4 games have gone over the posted total. Same goes for the Golden State Warriors, as 3 of their last 4 games went over the line as well. 3 out of those very 4 aforementioned games also went over 212.5, which is Saturday night's posted point total. The same stat goes for San Antonio as well. Now, as far as the series goes, both of the series 2 games did go over the line as well, averaging a staggering 230 total combined points in those matchups. I really think the over-under will continue to move and could get up to around 214 by game time. If I were a betting man, I'd lock in that over bet as soon as possible for myself, but because there's only one direction that line could move, in my opinion, and that's upward. All that said, the time for talk is over. Estoy lista. Let's go ahead and throw some darts in my underwear and make some very misguided sports picks. When it comes to the spread, I made the case for both sides, but I think we both know who my obvious choice in this one is. I have to get all over the Golden State Warriors, who are laying just 6 points at the moment. Once again, when it comes to the spread, I think Golden State -6 gets the job done against the spread. And when it comes to the total, I can't see this game staying small. I made my analysis just a moment ago, and I don't think there's any more that needs to be said. I think this one gets well over 212.5. And when it comes to the moneyline cash, I'd certainly lay 240 for the Warriors to win this one outright. Well, folks, that is going to do it for me. Nos vemos a la próxima. But before I get out of here, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.